Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We're going to be getting into something that we should have done already, but it's just taking some time for me to have a chance to sit down with this amount of time to record my Song of the Sirens first listen reaction. So this will be all the tracks from the album besides Apple, obviously. I've listened to Apple plenty, you guys know. I've reacted to like 3 different videos, I feel like. We've had their music video, we had a comeback stage, I feel like we did something else. The dance practice. We had the dance practice too. So we've done plenty of Apple content. As usual with my first listens, I typically pull out the song that I've done reactions to, so you're not getting the same thing again. So we're gonna go through each track in order. I will be watching the lyrics myself on this screen here, so I can kind of analyze a little bit like I tend to do. I'm really excited to finally listen to the album. There's a couple songs on the album that are on my Superstar GFRIEND rhythm game that I haven't been able to listen to. I've just played them without the sound like you guys know how I do. So I'm excited to, after this, finally be able to play those with sound. So let's get into it, guys. I'm really excited. The first track we're going to be checking out is Eye of the Storm. Sounds intimidating. It sounds intimidating by the title. So let's see what this has to offer. I was not expecting that. Sounded like Sonic the Hedgehog, like the old school video games. Ooh, I like that. At the end, somebody else comes in and harmonizes with her. You can kind of hear him in the background. I'm not sure who it is, though. Yeah. Interesting sounds in the back. Like, seriously, the sounds in the back, like the instrumental, does it not remind you of like old school video games? You know, like the Sonic the Hedgehog era, that kind of time where it was like the side-scrolling video games and the sounds were very like the like 16-bit, like 8-bit type sounds where everything's kind of like a MIDI keyboard type thing. Like, listen to like after Yuji finishes here, just like listen to the instrumental back there and can you not tell me that is what you hear? Like playing Pokemon on a Game Boy. Transparent pieces from afar, that's interesting. Because at the end of Apple, when they're walking up the stairs, they seemed very transparent. I don't know if anyone else caught that. I know some of the other reactors I watched once I did my reaction, I watched a bunch of reactors and I saw a couple of people notice it that they seem kind of see-through when they're going up the stairs at the end of Apple. Even all the painful memories pull me up stronger. It seems as though that this is talking about kind of finding that comfort even in the eye of the storm, as the title is like even through your, you know, your trials and tribulations, trying to find that comfort to become stronger. And even if it is something uncomfortable, it's maybe something you know, so it becomes comfortable in that sense. I'm not totally sure. I've been trying to like analyze the lyrics as we went along, and I'm still trying to piece it together. Take one step each to find the light. The instrumental is very empowering, hard hitting. I like that. Like I said, it seems as though we were kind of gathering ourselves through the song's progression, and now we're getting to that moment of empowerment. It says, "Gather all my scattered memories. My time, my song, I will let you listen now." Oh, I love when they do stuff like this. So they're going, God, I've stopped so much. I'm really liking this song, guys. I've stopped so much. But they've done this a couple times in the song where you have one singer, sing like one line or one word even, and then somebody else kind of sings something along the same lines, or it's like kind of answering. It's like a conversation, and I love that style of vocalization. Gonna end on that probably. I love Eunha's voice. She's been someone that I've told you guys has bias wrecked me for since the beginning, and it's just she's such a small, she's so small, but she has such a powerful voice. In a delicate manner, if that makes sense. So, like with that ending note, it's very powerful, but it's very delicate. You know, you have Yuju who has this huge voice, very powerful, but it's very large, if that makes sense. And Eunha has a very small, delicate voice, but she can still give that power in a different sense. It's really, really cool, and that's one of the reasons I really love Eunha's voice. All right, guys, I like that one a lot. I knew I was gonna like a lot of these songs because it's GFRIEND, and as you guys have told me, and as I've slowly begun to find out, now that we've been doing a little bit more B-side stuff, they really are the queens of B-sides. So, excited. Once we're almost done with the comeback stuff here, and we got a little bit more of the Japanese. I think we only have one more. We'll do Sunrise too, but then we're going to start getting into B-sides, which I'm really excited about. All right, guys, next one will be A Room of Mirrors. There's the traditional sound. Is this a first? Because I don't feel like I've ever heard this kind of, it's almost a rap timbre from any of the girls. It's so hard because they have so many songs, and I mean, I haven't even touched half of them, but like, I don't feel like I've heard this kind of, like I said, it's like a rap timbre, very much so. It sounds like this song is, talking about a struggle, having a struggle with kind of maybe a relationship of some sort that you've had, and you're kind of torn up after it, and you don't want to be that way anymore. All right, let's get back to the beginning of this because this completely shocked me. Am I ready? Because this shouldn't be. It's my girl. I'm sick of everything. By myself who's disappearing. Painful times trap me endlessly. I don't want to see them anymore because this is called the Room of Mirrors. It's kind of like talking about when you see yourself in a mirror and you see on yourself kind of all of the stuff that you're feeling inside. Have you ever done that? You look in a mirror, you may have all this anxiety, all this buildup that you kind of try to keep behind, and you don't want it to surface. You don't want it to be, shown, but you can see it. You feel it, and then sometimes when you see yourself in a mirror, you can actually visualize that on yourself just because of how you carry yourself. It's still coming to the surface. It can't be hidden, so I force myself to ignore it. But that's not how they, want to live. Ooh, that guitar's a nice touch right there. And then the strings. The vocalizing in the back was a nice touch. Oh, yes. So glad they did that. Back up to that real quick because I really like that. Instead of her going, straight with Runaway for me like she had been, you get a break between the for and the me, and it carries very well. And you have the music drop out. She just carries that note off with the piano. Beautiful. I love their music so much. Like, not just lyrics, we're talking about, the music. It's just like, it's so beautiful, and then we've discussed this before with it being more traditional. It's just not a common thing nowadays, that you kind of get down to the bare bones and you use more traditional instruments, and most things are done electronically more so now, and you have a lot more of the electronic sound, which you guys know I love and adore. But it's just beautiful to see an artist utilize traditional instruments and that sound, because it's so kind of simple and clean and elegant, and it's beautiful. And I think with their vocal tone that they use a lot, especially Yuju, because she has such a powerful voice. I think it really goes well with the traditional sound, and you can hear that at the end with, it drops out there. She has that long note she holds, and you kind of have a soft piano come in. Just, it's gorgeous. I love it. All right, that one was good. I like that one. I do like Eye of the Storm better. I'm not gonna lie. That rap area, I mean, like it wasn't like a crazy hard rap, but that was a rap timbre that Shimby did, and I'm very shocked by that. And I don't feel like I've ever heard that. You guys are gonna have to let me know in the comments if they've had something like that. If I'm just forgetting of one of the songs that I've heard where they've had something, I don't remember that at all. So that shocked me a lot. All right, guys, tarot cards, or tarot cards, I guess is how it's pronounced. Ooh, I like that. What is up with all these like game sounds? That's all like some of these things I'm definitely hearing like old school gaming sounds, you know, like 8-bit, 16-bit type stuff. It's just arcadey and I love it. I'm loving the guitar and just this kind of sound and the pacing. So this very much just seems like it's about tarot cards and kind of the idea concept of tarot cards. You know, destiny that will become anew every time I reshuffle and flip. And then she says, "I'll find my own answer." You know, that's what tarot cards kind of are. Is they're a way to potentially see the future or explain what is currently going on in your life and why, and kind of give I'm trying to think of like a descriptive word to what's, you know, happening to you and why it's happening to you, kind of find those answers. So it very much seems like tarot cards is what this is about, or situations similar to it, and using this as something to compare it to. Good luck! This seems like an anime song to me, and I don't even watch a lot of anime. It was talking about reshuffling again. I seek for another answer again. So it's actually kind of begs the question whether or not this kind of is feeding into the decision making and butterfly effect type stuff that we've you know, had happen a lot in their universe. You know, whether this can be kind of connected back to that is especially Unha saying, "I seek for another answer again," since she was the one who did the time traveling to potentially change the way things happened and the outcomes that may have already occurred. So kind of interesting. Another hidden destiny. Chevrolet. Oh. Destiny that will become anew every time I reshuffle and flip. Ideally, if it is your destiny, though, with tarot cards, ideally it should be the same stuff. You should get the same thing no matter what. If you shuffle and shuffle, it shouldn't change. That's the concept, at least. I find my own answer. But it seems like I said, like Unha kind of taking control of their destiny and trying to make it the way that she envisions is the best for all of them, with her doing her, time traveling and trying to change things. Good luck! It was really interesting. It was very fun and upbeat. A lot of guitar in there, and like I said, I mentioned it, and I've heard people say this before about some other songs from GFRIEND, and I can agree. I'm not a big anime person. It's not that I don't want to be. I would love to watch anime. It's just I don't have the time, and if I do have time, I watch shows that I've already seen because I'm one of those people. Instead of watching a new show, I'll watch the same show I've seen 20 times because I really like it. So like I've always wanted to get into some anime, and I have, kind of the basics when I was younger. I watched a lot of, the Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, all that kind of stuff. But like true anime, some of those extensive storylines that are out there, that I've been told about, like this sounds like a vibe from one of those, like maybe even like an intro to one of those animes, like 100%. All right. I did like that one a lot. It seemed very fun and playful, and like I said, I have some curiosities whether or not that the lyrics kind of play on Unha's presence in their universe. All right, this should be the second to last one. Creme Brulee. I feel like this is going to be kind of a slow, fun one. Like a mood maker. 달콤한 향기가 마치 날 자꾸 유혹하는 느낌 이 흔들림에 정신 차릴 수 없어 살며시 다가가 보면 겹겹이 꼭 닫혀 있어 왠지 네가 더 궁금해 난 빠져들어 네 맘은 crispy 너만 내면 너만 everything 내 멋대로 깨뜨려 열어보고 싶어져 달이 단 향기만큼 단단히 숨기만큼 볼수록 더 wonderful so wonderful This seems to be talking about the different layers of a person, and you become, kind of seduced by so much of them, and you break down each layer, and it's more and more wonderful, like creme brulee. I like this kind of playful, almost R&B feel. They're doing a lot of this in this album, and it's kind of hard for me because, like you guys know, I haven't reacted to B-sides as much yet because we haven't gotten there. So maybe it's something they have done commonly, but I love when it's like a conversation and lyrics, and you have two members kind of going back and forth, a couple words and then another couple words. It just makes it very playful, and it makes it more interactive, and I just really enjoy that. I like that. What is happening? What is happening? Oh my god, I can't wait to get to the B-sides, guys. Like, because if this is like something that is common, it's being even more solidified how much I love Shinbi. Like, seriously. She's got another, like, rap timbre type thing going on here. What in the world? This reminds me of Dahyun from Twice, and I adore her, as you guys know. Love that. Love it. The sweetest. I love that one, guys. That one was awesome. Just the delivery of that one, it was very, very interactive. Like I said, they had a lot more of them talking back and forth type thing, where they're saying lines back and forth to each other kind of thing. And then just some of the things they did at the end of like a lyric and like the way they vocalized it, I really enjoyed. And then obviously having another like kind of almost rap timbre from Shinbi, I'm just like shook as hell right now. I don't understand what's happening. I'm very confused. I need someone to help me. All right, that one was solid. I really enjoyed that one. All right, last one of the album, Stars in the North. Check it out, guys. I don't want it to be over, but now I'm so excited I can add all these to my Spotify and listen to them regularly. I say that word in so many videos, and I always like stutter that word. I don't. I need to practice saying that word apparently. I don't feel like I've ever heard this sound from them. It's like a slow rock and a ballad like. Oh, this is gonna be beautiful. I can tell. This seems like a hold your lighter up in the air at a concert type ballad, you know? Already familiar applause and warm memories. Can I really leave it behind and go down? I've already I'll tell you right now, only a minute and 20 seconds in, I feel like this is kind of talking about since this album, from what I've gathered from fellow buddies, since I hadn't gotten to listen to it yet, and just kind of from what we got from Apple, that this seems like a very different type of GFRIEND, and that they're still going to keep their kind of some of their traditional sound as we've heard, but they are kind of changing a little bit the style. They're evolving, and maybe this is kind of talking about, kind of the worry of that. It's something exciting and it's something new, and they want to experience it and experiment, but they've been, kind of like with the whole fingertip thing. You guys said that wasn't accepted very well back when that happened. So it's kind of hard to embrace new things because you worry about that support that you've always had, but they're saying they're already familiar applause and warm memories. They are already feeling the love, maybe. I don't know. I'm curious. That's kind of what I'm gathering from this one, is that them kind of approaching this new era of GFRIEND and the worries of whether or not it's going to be accepted or not. I'm attracted to the sound of my footsteps. I feel like I'm gaining strength. That's an interesting kind of way to describe, I think, growth almost. Like you hearing yourself making strides forward itself is empowering. You know, you don't even need more than that. The fact that you have so much motivation is empowering in itself. So you gain strength through that. I mean, I can speak on that personally. You know, sometimes I just don't feel like making YouTube videos. To be honest, I love content creation, but sometimes you just don't. You're not in the mood, and so you don't want to put content out if you're not in the mood, because as a content creator, I don't feel like you're at your best. Obviously, if you're not in the mood to do it, you shouldn't force yourself to. But when I get in those creative moods where I really want to make content, I will just make content like a lot. I will react to a lot of stuff that night. Why? Because I am so motivated by the fact that I'm motivated. Like that excitement, it kind of breeds itself. Like, and it just kind of feeds. It's a cycle where me creating content makes me happy, which makes me want to create more content. So that's an interesting lyric. I really enjoy that lyric, and I connect with that lyric. This is so rock. Like, it's something I very much feel like I haven't experienced from GFRIEND. This would be the end, probably. Nope. Lead out with instruments. I honestly would have rather have led out with Unha or Yuju's lines there. Yuju was the second to last line, and then we had Unha. I would have preferred that, I feel like. Or even maybe had him kind of come back in right there at the end when the music dropped out and dropped the lyric. Personally, it's just how I would have liked that to be structured. But beautiful song nonetheless. Like I said, I don't feel like I've heard that kind of rock ballad style from them. I mean, I know I've gotten ballads from them, and I know they have a lot. But I just feel like that one was very rock and almost kind of had a countryness to it to an extent there, especially in the beginning. But I really did enjoy that one. I like that one a lot. That was very unique and beautiful. It very much feels like a song kind of about motivation, even when you're struggling with, internally you're struggling. There's motivation to be had, and that was kind of a beautiful song to show that and represent that. All right, guys, that is it. That is my first listen of Song of the Sirens. Beautiful album. I'm so excited to finally go back and listen to B-sides from some of their older albums because I know I'm going to love them. But that was seriously not a single track in there that I didn't care for. I love them all. There were ones that I enjoyed a lot more. I loved Eye of the Storm. It's probably we'll see once I listen to them all again on my Spotify and stuff. But that may be my favorite. I like that one a lot. Some albums that I've listened to from other groups, like when I do a first listen, there are tracks on them that aren't great. Like, it's not that I won't listen to them. It's like they're not something I'm going to seek out to listen to. But honestly, every one of these tracks I would love to listen to. Like, I'd be excited when it came on my Spotify. I would even go to, type in, like, I want to listen to this one today. Like, this is the one I'm actually seeking out to listen to. It's not just on shuffle. I really did love all the tracks that much. There wasn't a single one that I felt was weak. And I feel like every one of them was different. They kind of had a different sound to them, which is, it's that uniqueness of GFRIEND. I feel like I haven't had that yet from a group where, I can listen to a full album and every song sound completely different in some way, but yet it's still GFRIEND. I kind of got that from Twice's More and More album. They were pretty good about that. Most of them sounded different and kind of had a different genre almost that they went with, but not as much as GFRIEND. GFRIEND, I feel like they experiment so much, but yet it's always GFRIEND though. You can hear that core GFRIEND sound, and that's just such a cool quality to have that, all the tracks on the album sound so different and they're not similar, but yet it's GFRIEND. I love that. I think that's a beautiful thing. That's something that I love Blackpink. You guys know that. They're the group I started with. And it's been a struggle for me, to be honest, getting into all these other groups because they've always been my alt group, and it's slowly kind of fading away because personally, they as artists haven't gotten the opportunity, I don't feel like, with YG being the way that company is, they haven't gotten the opportunity to kind of do something like this where they play with different sounds. So many of the Blackpink songs sound the same. Like, I still love them. They're enjoyable songs, and I will listen to them, but they do sound the same. So it's really refreshing to listen to GFRIEND whenever I get to because they're so different, but yet at the core it's GFRIEND, and I love that. It's a beautiful thing. They're an amazing group, and I'm so happy I gave them a chance. So thanks, guys, for checking out this first listen. I know we don't do these too often. Like I said, we're pretty much only going to do these for brand new albums for groups that I listen to, that I regularly listen to. Hey, I said it right. But so it's not going to be something too common, but I'm happy I finally got to sit down and do this. Beautiful album, guys. Love it. I should have 2 more albums coming. I still have my Apple version and my, Broken Room, right? Because I had Tilted, yeah. They should be coming. They've been in customs in Chicago for like over a week now. I don't know what's going on with them. So eventually I'll have those. And as I discussed, I may do another unboxing. You guys kind of said in the comments Apple would be the one that you'd want unboxed. We'll see if I get to that. I've also been debating starting up a Patreon. I know I put a community post out for you guys, kind of asking you guys if that's something you'd be interested in. And the reason why is because as a content creator, I make zero money off of doing all this. I do all this because I enjoy doing it and something I want to do. I'm going to continue to do YouTube even if I start a Patreon. But Patreon just allows for some of you that do want to support, because people have asked me if I have a Patreon, allows you to give some monetary support to me to kind of assist me in giving more time to content creation. Because I can't give a lot of time to it, being that I don't make money off of it, and I need to, if I can't, if I'm going to give time to something, it needs to be something that's going to support my family. So to give more abundance of time, I might start a Patreon so you guys can help support. That's just something I'm kicking around. I haven't decided yet. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching the video, checking out this first listen. I really appreciate all the support you guys continue to give me. If you guys like this video, make sure you hit the thumbs up down below and subscribe if you'd like to see more content from me. And I'll see you guys down in the comments.